Bedrock redstone. I absolutely despise it and I never want to do it again. So we're back in Bedrock because apparently a bunch of you really love Bedrock stuff and 3x3s make you really excited. Yeah, I made this thing last video. I guess it's my last video. I don't have to link it in the description. But yeah, because you love that thing so much, I decided let's make some more Bedrock redstone builds. So maybe there might be tutorials on these in the future. You never know. Look at this cool hidden staircase, so fancy, and this other weird looking 3x3 goes like, this thing goes in the middle and then it's like, and goes back in the ground. It's cool. But you wanted to build this 4x4 piston door, and that's why you clicked on this. So yeah, this is the 4x4 piston door. It's my first 4x4 piston door on Bedrock, so it is a little bit humongous for Bedrock, but I mean, I guess since it's my first, it's pretty compact. Definitely smaller than my first ever Java one, but whatever. And opening, look at that. It's basically in sync, except for this last retraction, except I don't know why it's like that. Like, even if you look at the pistons themselves, they all fire at the same time. Sometimes a little off because, you know, the piston randomness, but they all fire basically at the same time. Like, even the last pistons, look, they both fired at the same time, but this one retracted later, and all of these have the same timings, and yeah, it's always consistently late, and I don't like that. But that doesn't matter. This thing's compact. It's probably one of, like, the smallest 4x4s that doesn't have a weird-looking animation. Well, I mean, it does have a weird-looking animation. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're going to build it anyway. So this is your piston layout. You're going to have 4 pistons on the top, 4 on the bottom, 1 in each corner like this, and 2 sticky piston, well, 4 double piston extender looking thing like that. And all of these are sticky pistons. Your input is going to be like 2 blocks in front of these bottom pistons. You're going to put your lever here, and that's your input, and you can wire it up and whatever. And these are the things you need. You're going to need 32 pieces of redstone, 6 redstone torches, 40 repeaters, 2 trapdoors, 2 sticky pistons, 36 observers, 6 concrete powder, or it could be sand or gravel. And then you're going to get your wiring blocks and your wall blocks. So yeah, now let's start building this majestic piston door. So we're going to start by expanding this area over here. So put 2 blocks on either side like that, and then 4 more blocks going into these pistons, and then put 3 tick repeaters going into each one of these bottom pistons with redstone behind them. And now we're just going to expand the frame 2 blocks, and we're going to go all the way around, and this is going to help me especially make the redstone easier to remember. So there we go. We have our frame made out of our wall blocks. And now we're going to have a 1 tick repeater facing outwards, and we're going to have a block in front and another block with another repeater, and then 2 blocks in front of that repeater with dust and another repeater and a block, and then we're going to put 2 more repeaters going into this sticky piston, and we're going to put a block next to it with a piece of redstone and put another 4 tick repeater facing back outwards, and then we're going to put a block in front of that with a torch, and then a block on top of that torch, and then another block, and then a block on top with your redstone. We're going to put a 3 tick repeater going into this redstone, and then we're going to go 2 blocks like that, and then 1 block down, put an observer facing upwards like this, and then we're going to put a block next to this observer with a repeater on 1 tick, then a block in front, and then 2 more, and then we're going to put 2 more repeaters going like that. And now we're going to put redstone on all of these blocks like this. And now we're going to have a repeater on top of an observer facing downwards. Why did I talk weirdly? I don't know. Okay, there, repeater on 4 ticks on a downwards facing observer with an observer facing towards the piston side with a block in front and a piece of redstone. That's going to help the pistons retract the blocks when it's opening. So now we have to wire up the top. So piston, sticky piston on top of this block with the first repeater. You're going to put a block and then your 3 pieces of sand or concrete or whatever you used, and put a repeater going into the pillar with a torch behind it, and then redstone on all of these blocks, and then 1 tick repeaters going into these pistons, and then a block next to this pillar over here with a piece of redstone, and a 4 tick repeater facing backwards, and then into a block with a piece of redstone, and another block, and then we're going to go towards this piston with a 2 tick repeater, and then a block in front of that 2 tick repeater with another piece of redstone, and we're going to cut off the signal by putting a block. And now we're going to put 3 observers going like this put a trapdoor on the third one, and then another observer going into this piece of obsidian, and that should be the entire closing done, and a little bit of the opening. So now, let's see, no, there's no lever under, doesn't matter. Okay, put a lever under here if you want, so then we can see the pistons, and we're gonna test it. So there we go, closing, and now let's look at half of the opening. There we go, these both retract the blocks, so now all we need is the dull piston extender. So we're going to take some observers and go from this observer over here. We're going to put 2 observers facing upwards, 1 facing towards the piston side, and then 1 facing upwards again, and then 1 facing towards the not piston side, and then a 4-tick repeater. Where did my repeaters go? Okay, there we go. 4-tick repeater like this, with an observer facing upwards on top of it, with a block on top, and then 2 more blocks like this, with a repeater on 4 ticks going like that. So now we're going to put an observer facing upwards from this 4-tick repeater, and we're going to loop it back over here. Put a block, and then a 1-tick repeater, and then take this block away first, put your 2 observers, then redstone dust, and then put your block down again. So now that should be an entire side working if I've done everything correctly. So let's just test it with this lever over here. So there's the closing. And then the opening, we'll just have to wait a bit. There's a little bit of a cooldown. And then the opening. So there is the dull piston extender. And yeah, now we're done. Now we have to do it on the other side. So you can either just rewatch the tutorial, or I'm just going to build it a little bit quicker. So block with the piston. That. Yeah, I'm not going to really explain it. I'm just going to build it because I kind of explained it the last time. So I'm just gonna build the rest of this. You can follow me, I guess. So redstone here again with a repeater facing back towards this torch, and then another block, and then piece of redstone, and then a block. There's a lot of repeaters in this thing now that I realize it. 2-tick repeater again with a piece of redstone. Make sure to cut it off, and then put 3 observers like this. Trapdoor, another observer facing towards this piston. Think that's the top done. I'm not sure though. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's just go. Let's just wing it and see if it works. Okay, repeater in front of this thing over here, and then 2 blocks, and then redstone repeater, and then a block in front, and then 2 more blocks again, and then 4-tick repeater and 1-tick repeater like that, and then block, redstone, block again. Another 4-tick repeater. It's a lot of repeaters. I mean, there's 40 repeaters, but it doesn't matter. Block in front of that repeater, torch, and then block on top of that torch. And okay, we have to fit in here. Torch over here. Just get out of that hole. There we go. And 3-tick repeater here. 2 blocks, 1 block going down, 1 block, 1 observer like that, and then your 3 repeaters going over here. So bing bang and then a bong, and then your redstone like that. Let's see, what else am I missing? Is that the whole closing? No, that's not okay. 2 more observers like that, and then a 4-tick repeater, yada yada yada, and then another block in front with a piece of redstone. Let's see, is that the whole closing and half the opening? Yeah, I think it is. And now we're just gonna go up, and then back here, and then up here, and then another observer facing this way, and a 4-tick repeater over here, and then observer facing upwards like that, with a block on top, and then 2 more blocks like this, and then 4-tick, and then a block, observer above it, and then going this way with a block, and another block, and then just take this out, 2 observer facing downwards, redstone, repeater, and block in front. And let's see, I'm pretty sure, yeah, those 2 doors look pretty identical, and I'm pretty sure that is all there is to the 4x4. So I'm just gonna test it and look at the pistons, see if anything goes wrong. There we go, that's the closing, and the opening, let's see that opening. There we go. So again, really, this thing, it's still delayed. What side is this? The left side. This side is still delayed. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, man. Bedrock is weird. So yeah, that is your 4x4 piston door in Bedrock, the side is still delayed, and I guess we'll never figure out how and why. Let's see. Let's just close it again. And open it again. Let's see. Nope, it's still delayed. Okay, so yeah, that's another Bedrock video. I don't want to make more Bedrock videos, but like, I guess it's fun relearning redstone, but sure, if you want more Bedrock videos, ask me. But like, I'm gonna still do Java videos. I'm still working on a huge project. That's why we have these little Bedrock videos instead of Java. So anyways, I hope you enjoy doing this little third-person thing. Why not drop some items in front of you? Because like redstone and stuff. Wow. So yeah, I enjoyed this video. Subscribe to PewDiePie and stuff. I guess get me to 500 subs. That won't happen, but it doesn't matter. Okay, goodbye.